Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing great. I'm back to my normal self now, and I appreciate all your support. It helped a great deal. I don't get like that very often, but I think just the circumstances and the time of year really got to me. And being up on that hill by myself was not helping at all. I mean, normally I like being by myself and I don't like people around, but when I get in that kind of mood, it's best for me to realize I'm not the only person in the world and that there are other people around me. So I moved to a campsite. It's a private one, but it had a laundry and a shower and bathrooms and everything. And I'm in a unique circumstance right now. So I went ahead and I'm paying for it for I think I'm here 8 days. I got 3 more. Yeah, a couple more days left, and then I'll move to my niece's house. But I needed to be somewhere where there were other people. This is bothering me that I'm not centered in this. I don't know. It's so weird. Okay, I feel better now. Thank you. Anyway, I didn't want to have to keep leaning this way. But where was I? So, yeah, I know how I can get. It doesn't happen very often, but I get inside my head too much, and I needed to be around people to bring me out of it. So there are people here. There's the people that own it. Like I said, this is private, but it was fairly cheap for a private place, but still way way more than I wanted. But my alternatives were like I stay at a state park and not have anything. I mean, basically, I wanted that laundry and that shower because it was getting so cold that I was going to have to hunker down, which is what I just came out of a 2-day hunkering. These windows have all been closed off. I have the reflectix up in them. I have all kinds of things shoved on the windows because it got down in the teens the last couple nights, and it was 15 last night with 5-degree wind chill. And just so you know, I did okay. It wasn't a problem. I got my little heater was going all night on low, and I don't like it really warm. So we did good. I think I got cold about 4 o'clock this morning, and I was too tired to. Here, I have a sleeping bag down to 20 degrees in this bag here, but it's a sleeping bag, and I was just too tired to get it out, so I just grabbed a coat and threw it over the top of me, and I was fine. But I wanted you to know I am doing okay. Don't be too concerned about me as far as the cold goes. And but I just came out of a 2-day thing where I had pretty much cocooned myself inside here, and I went out and walked a little bit yesterday, but I had so many layers of coats on, and I had this up over my face, and I had another coat on top of it, and then another coat on top of that, and I was just totally covered. And because I needed to walk, and I went out and walked for a while, and yeah, so it's just nice. I opened up the windows. The sun's coming in. It's going to get up to 35 degrees today, and that's tropical. That's tropical. So, yeah, I just got 4 more days to my trailer, and then I probably will take off. Hopefully, if all goes well, take off right after New Year's. I have my appointments set up for the hitch. Jeff has to go to the doctor, and I got his appointment set up, and he's got to get some surgery done, and so everything is set and ready to go. I've been online since I've been stuck inside here. I've been online for trying to find things for the Scamp. Like, for instance, I'm going to have a real battery, not these little solar generators. I will have a real, I don't know what kind of battery it is, to tell you the truth. I tried to look it up, but it didn't say. But I'm going to have a real battery on the front of the Scamp where the 2 dual tanks, propane tanks are. And I want to be able to charge that with solar. Well, I don't have any of the cords and everything for that. So I had to do a lot of research and use my little brain to figure out how I needed a solar controller, charge controller, and everything, so I can hook that up, my solar panels through the car to the charge controller and then to the battery up front. And that way I wanted it to be quick release where I could just unhook everything at the end of the day or before I leave. I need everything to be waterproof as far as the controller goes, because I don't know whether it is or not, but I don't think I can keep it out in the rain. So there was a lot to take into consideration and a lot of different wires on Amazon, and I just had to figure it out. I swear I kept ordering things, and since it's not going to leave for a few days, I'd cancel them. And I think I did that like 3 times because they hadn't even packed them yet. And I finally last night got it in my head what I wanted to do, the best way to do it. It just comes to me really slow, electrical stuff. So I've got it set up for I can put 200, even 300 watts, which is what I have, but I don't want to do that. I want to pretty much be able to hook 200 up to it and keep the house battery charged. Anyway, so I finally got that all ordered, and it should all be in next week, and I'm going to piece it all together. I was thinking about my storage in the van, or in the trailer, and I don't want all these things to be rattling around in the cabinet, so I bought this to put my spices in, and I was trying to decide what other containers I needed, but till all of them were over like 16 inches in length, and I was looking at somebody's video where they did measurements. I think it was Lady in the Scamp, and that is 16 inches, so none of the other storage containers will work, so I'll come up with something else. But I've been going through my stuff, and I've downgraded so many times, getting rid of things, and since I've been out over 6 months now, I keep going through them. There's just nothing else to give. I will do my clothes, which are back here. I'll go through those one more time. I think there's a few more things. So it's possible I could buy another one of these. This is I like these hook tops. So hold on a minute. Yeah, see, I like how they hook. And I could also get another one and then I have this is like a medicine chest. It has every drug you could possibly imagine. I mean, it has Tylenol and Sudafed and antihistamines and just anything. I was raised to keep this stuff handy. So it's also got chargers and stuff in there. So I'll need another one this size. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been doing. I've been just kind of enjoying the part where you figure out where everything's going to go. Of course, some of it will change later, but I drew a little, you can't see it, real rough little thing of the inside of the Scamp and the different storage areas. And I have no place for my shoes in this place. I've always struggled with the shoe thing. So I now have a place to put those. I'll have a lot more storage than I need. And let's hope I keep it that way and don't fill it up. But anyway, so I guess I've rambled on enough about that. I did want to say one thing that dawned on me a couple weeks ago. Well, let's just say one thing real quick, though you guys have never mentioned it. People have asked me in my life, am I going to keep the van? And yes, I'm going to keep the van. I would love to get something newer and that gets better gas mileage, but as my older brother pointed out to me, I'd be buying another used vehicle I know nothing about when I already know about this vehicle. I put money into her and she runs great. I thought about getting a new one, but why? I have a van. I have an automobile that runs. No sense in getting anything new. So for now, we're going to let her pull the trailer and see how she does. I'm sure she'll do fine. The other thing I wanted to talk before I go, because this is a silly thing, but I think I need you guys' help with this. I realized a couple weeks ago that I just bought a home that has carpet on the walls. I have cats. It's going to be just like a big, huge scratching post to them. I can see it now, you know, I can see it. And I'm like, okay, well, what am I going to do about this? I'll tell you a story. A few years ago, when Jeff was still a young kid, I fostered other cats, and I fostered one named Ernie, who came from a hoarding situation. So and he was like 14 years old. He never learned how to use scratching posts, and he would go up to my furniture, and this was a big guy with big old paws and huge daggers, and he would just rip at my furniture, and you know, there's nothing you can do. We wouldn't understand if I told him no, because, you know, that's all he's ever known, and he's doing something very natural. So what I ended up doing, and to add to it, Jeff's watching this, and he always scratched where he was supposed to, so, till he saw Ernie doing it. So now Jeff gets real creative with his scratching, and you know, and he's even, I've caught him scratching on, this is just upholstery, and I've caught him scratching on it. So I thought, oh my gosh. And Mabel's up there. I can hear her ripping at the car seats. Their little claws. I mean, come on, they got a nice scratching post here and they use it. But if you're laying down and you just get up and you're stretching, you're going to go for if you're a cat, you're going to go for the closest thing to you. So she's scratching, so I bought some cheap seat covers for the front there. So I just hit me, excuse me 1 minute. So it just hit me a couple weeks ago that, oh my God, what am I going to do? So here's what I did in oh gosh, it's getting late. Here's what I did in the house. I bought that vinyl plastic stuff and put it up at the bottom of my chairs in love seat, and they had those little upholstery pins that screw in and held them, and that worked really good. And I was thinking about, and I hate to do this in my pretty little Scamp, but they have them, they're kind of frost colored, so you can't really see them. But I think that's what I'm going to do. I mean, there's a lot of things you could do, like the sticky tapes and stuff, but I wanted long-term solution, not something that dust will fly and catch on it and annoy me, you know, or sprays and stuff like that. I'm just not going that route. I want a long-term solution. So I mean, okay, so it's like there's a window here when I'm sitting on the bed, and a window here, and then a big back window. And underneath each window is about a space like that. So I said, well, I can just take my pillows. I have different pillows, and just lay them underneath the window so they won't be scratching in that area. These big old pillows can cover that. And I have some more in my storage. Or actually, I have shams and stuff, but I think I can stick jackets and coats in them and use them as pillows. But it's this area between the two windows is a fairly large area, and it's on a curve, and it goes all the way to the top of the Scamp. So that's where I'm thinking I'm going to have to put the plastic up at, or vinyl or whatever it is. Just tack it up. It's, you know, it won't be that obvious. I mean, I just hate doing this. I can put pictures there, or even supposedly with this rat fur, I assume it's like carpet, it's like rat fur they call it. You can hang drapery hooks on it and just hook hats and stuff on it. I'll see what kind of material it is, but if he's scratching it, just plain old upholstery that isn't even carpet, and he's going to be scratching at this. So the only two areas of concern are back by the bed and the windows, and up front in the Scamp. There's a big window looking forward, and there's I'm going to call it a love seat. It's a little sofa, and that also is exposed on both sides to their little claws. So my thought is to put this upholstery protector up, not the sticky stuff, just put it up with pins. And I know it works. I used it at the house, but if somebody, and I can combine that with like my little pictures over in the corners that I have here on the wall, I can like put them, but I have to have the whole wall. I mean, because if there's a gap this big, they're going to be scratching on it. So if anybody has any other ideas or can add any more to, you know, I'm trying to think. I've had cats for 40 years, but I've never had issues with them scratching on anything except scratching posts. Jeff can't help it. It's monkey see, monkey do. Same with Mabel. Mabel sees Jeff do it. Monkey see, monkey do. So if anybody has any other suggestions, you know, put it down in the comments below. Like I said, I don't want any temporary things like sticky tape or that's not going to work long term. Or sprays or things like that. I'm not interested in any of that. It has to be something that I can put on the walls, but at the same time, I don't want to clutter up my walls, so who knows. So yeah, go ahead and put them down below there. And maybe I can come up with something that... see, things are cluttered here, and I don't have very much choice, but I didn't want to do that to the trailer, so yeah. So if y'all have any suggestions, let me know. Well, I hope you guys are having a nice day. It's Sunday. Yes, it's Sunday. And I will talk to you again soon. Things are going to start happening this week, so that's kind of exciting. Okay, bye-bye.